The cicadas are screaming. That is the last ordinary sound you will ever hear. You are standing on Aioi Bridge, August 6th, 1945, 8:14 in the morning. Your rice ball is in your hand. The paper is still warm from your mother's kitchen. Your school sash is pressed and straight because she tied it herself before you left. You are 16 years old. You live 2 kilometers from the center of Hiroshima. Somewhere above you, at 31,000 feet, a bay door is opening. You don't hear it. Nobody does. You have exactly 43 seconds left of the world you know. 8:15 a.m. The sky does not crack open with sound. First, there is light. White, total, absolute. Not lightning, not fire. Something that arrived from entirely outside the vocabulary of the world you were born into. The Japanese word survivors will reach for later is pika, the flash. It lasts less than a second, and in that fraction of time, every shadow in Hiroshima is burned permanently into the surface it was standing against. Walls, stone steps, granite. A woman waiting for a tram near the Sumitomo Bank is seared into the steps beneath her feet. A permanent shape where a person used to be. You throw your arm up, you close your eyes, your rice ball hits the ground. Then the dawn, the boom. A pressure wave moving at close to 1,000 miles per hour tears through the city. The temperature at the hypocenter reaches 7,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Wooden houses do not catch fire. They are gone before fire has time to arrive. Concrete buildings do not crumble. They are pushed flat. You are 1.5 kilometers from the center. Far enough to still be here. Close enough to carry this forever. The shockwave picks you up without asking permission. Your feet leave the bridge. The world rotates. You hit the stone railing and everything goes dark. When you open your eyes, you are on the ground. There is no city. Where buildings stood, gray dust rises like a curtain pulled back to reveal nothing. The air carries a smell you have no category for. Metal, heat, and something biological that should not be outside a living thing. Your ears are ringing so loudly that the world is completely silent except for that single tone drilling through the center of your skull. You look at your forearm, the arm you raised. The skin is hanging away from the muscle the way paper peels when it has been soaked in water. Deep red underneath, already blistering in the August heat. You feel nothing. The nerve endings in that layer are gone. The sensation knows where you are and it is coming. But right now, there is only the detached, almost clinical observation of a body that no longer entirely belongs to you. You stand up. A woman is sitting in the road 10 meters away. Her clothes are gone. Her hair is gone. Her arms are stretched out in front of her, palms upward, the way a child holds their hands out to feel rain. She turns her face toward you. She says one word, water. You have no water. You have nothing. So you are 16 years old, standing in the center of a catastrophe that has no name yet, and a woman is asking you for the one thing that might help her, and your hands are empty. You look up. A column of smoke climbs miles into the sky above you and begins to flatten at the top into a shape no one in this city has ever seen. You don't know what it means. You don't know you are watching a new era in human history announce itself over your mother's neighborhood, your brother's school, or the stall where the woman handed you the sweet potato this morning. You just know your mother is somewhere behind you. And behind you, there is only smoke. You try to go back the way you came. The road is blocked. A collapsed building has folded itself across the entire street, a wall of rubble 3 meters high. Your arm will not let you climb it. You turn toward the Motoyasu River. The riverbank is full. Hundreds of people are moving into the water, arms outstretched, skin hanging, faces unrecognizable, almost completely silent. That silence is the thing that will stay with you longer than anything else. Not screaming, not chaos. A low, collective sound, like an entire city trying to remember how to breathe. There is no room. There is no room anywhere. You turn back, fire. Every wooden surface within 2 kilometers ignited in the same instant. Those fires are finding each other now, joining, building into something with its own direction and its own weather. A firestorm. The wind pulls toward it, carrying sparks. And the sparks are landing on whatever is still standing around you. There is no left. There is no right. There is no back. There is only forward. You walk. This is what thousands of survivors will later describe, independently, without having spoken to each other, not running. Walking, arms held out from the body because the skin cannot bear to press against anything. Moving toward no specific destination, because every specific destination you ever had no longer exists. Moving because the body, away a freight train arrives. First, away a freight train arrives. First, a vibration felt before it is heard, then the sound, then the impact. The nerve endings that were gone a minute ago are waking up all at once, and what they are sending to your brain is something your brain refuses to fully accept. You make a sound you have never made before. You keep your arm under the water. You keep your arm under the water because it is the only choice left that belongs to you. Around you, others are making the same calculation in different forms. A man pressing his face into the mud of the riverbank. A child lying completely still with her eyes open. A stillness that tells you everything. An elderly man sitting upright against a stone wall, hands folded in his lap, eyes closed, as if he fell asleep in the middle of the afternoon. He did not fall asleep. You are still here, thus you do not know yet whether that is something to be grateful for. 70,000 people were taken in the first seconds of August 6, 1945. By December of that year, the total reached 140,000 toll, from burns, crush injuries, and a sickness no one had a name for yet. People who walked away seemingly unharmed began losing their hair in fistfuls weeks later. Purple marks appeared across their skin. Radiation sickness was so new that some doctors believed it was mass hysteria. The device that morning was called Little Boy. It carried the force of 15,000 tons of TNT. Nuclear warheads stockpiled today average 100,000 tons equivalent. There are approximately 12,500 of them across 9 nations, right now, in 2026. Come back to that water pipe. Come back to your arm. Come back to the woman in the road with her palms open. Come back to what 15,000 tons did to one city in 60 seconds. Then calculate 100,000 tons, multiplied by 12,500. The survivors, the Hibakusha, carried this arithmetic in their bodies for decades. They were not welcomed home as people who had been through something unsurvivable. They were treated as contaminated, turned away from jobs, rejected from marriage, hidden by families who feared what the word radiation near their name might cost them. And blast threw him across the ground. He blasted through him across the ground. He spent the following decades testifying and demanding nuclear disarmament at every platform that would receive him. He was still calling for a world free of these weapons when he passed away in 2021 at 96 years old. Setsuko Thurlow was 13, younger than you in this story, when the flash reached her classroom 1.8 kilometers from the center. A soldier pulled her from the rubble and told her, keep moving, don't stop. In 2017, she stood in Oslo to accept the Nobel Peace Prize on behalf of the international campaign to abolish nuclear weapons. She said, each of us is a unique and irreplaceable human being. She was talking about the woman in the road. She was talking about the child lying still with her eyes open. She was talking about you. Here is what we always get wrong about August 6, 1945. We call it history. We give it a chapter, assign it a test, close the book. The last surviving Hibakusha are in their late 80s and 90s right now. They are not a chapter. They are people who stood exactly where you just stood, looked up at that same column of smoke, and had no idea what they were looking at. When they are gone, there will be no one left who was there. That is not a distant event. That is a decade away, at most. And when the last witness is gone, the thing that makes all of this human and real and unbearable will be stories like this one. The question is not whether you remember Hiroshima. The question is what you do with the memory. The woman in the road asked for water. The least powerful people in this story had no choice. You still do. If this story stayed with you, share it with someone who needs to feel it. Like this video if you believe the Hibakusha's voices deserve to outlast them. Subscribe, because history isn't done teaching us yet. Drop a comment. What detail from those 60 seconds stayed with you most?